I will be starting the session in approximately 30 seconds. Some participants are still joining. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of After Hours with William O'Neill India. So before we start off the session, I hope everyone's doing well. And I would like to give a small disclaimer that any security that we'll be discussing in today's session should not be considered as a buy or sell recommendation, and we'll be just doing it for educational purpose. So guys, without taking up much time, I'll start with Nifty 50 analysis for the day. Uh, Guys, can you please switch off your cameras? Uh, Nifty had a muted opening with a kind of positive bias, and then it corrected and made a low of around below 17,840, and then continued to march higher. If you can see in the chart for most half of the trading session. And if we talk about the second half of the trading session, near the highs, it kind of consolidated, so which can be seen as a good sign. So in the last couple of hours, 3 hours, you can see Nifty consolidated near the highs, and during the latter half of the day, it made an high of around 17,960. Went under some kind of correction in the last 15-20 minutes, but still managed to close near 17,950. So going forward, your 18,000 levels, which was attained like during the start of the year, was it continues to remain a key level or key monitorable level going forward. We'll discuss about more levels in the next slide. Uh, so yes, as the title suggests, that Nifty edges higher for the seventh straight session. So post Nifty reclaimed its 200 DMA. I'll annotate it. This this black line. This black line is the Nifty 200 DMA. Post that, it is able to advance in almost each and every trading session, apart from this one red trading session. If you look at it, and continuously has been advancing for seven trading sessions now. So, and it is doing that with the volumes. So that is a really good sign. And if we talk about supports, then probably the next possible support will be your 200 DMA, which is still a 1,000 point correction, which none of us would want. And but still not looking like a space where Nifty is going to correct at the moment. It's kind of edging higher, but going forward, around 18,100 levels and your 18,350 levels can act as your resistance for Nifty going forward. What inspires the uh, confidence in this market rally is that, according to William O'Neill's rule, I mean, the way we, uh, uh, I mean, the way we describe market weakness is your distribution day. So distribution day is nothing but your Nifty falling by 0.2% on higher. And at the moment, your distribution day count is just one, which is really low. And that's really good. So if that count exceeds to more than 4 and 5, the markets will be changed to uptrend under pressure, as the guys would be following us knowing us. But there are new people joining in. So would like to give them, a little bit of heads up on our methodology as well. So till the point in time, Nifty continues to remain in confirmed uptrend. Distribution days continues to remain low. The confidence in the market rally will continue to be there. So talking about the top gainers and losers for the day, the top gainer was the Bajaj Finance, around 5.6% higher. HDFC Life gained by around 3.4%. Hero Moto by around 3.2%, and Bajaj Finance by around 3.1%. Talking about top losers, Apollo Hospitals, Tata Motors, M&M lost around 1 to 1.1%. Maruti and Cipla also around 0.8 to 0.7%. Talking about the sector view apart from your Nifty Auto, which declined by around 0.42%, all the other indices were in green, as one can see. And talking about the major market index that went higher, was like advanced the most, was Nifty PSU Bank, which advanced by around 2.3%, Nifty Media by around 1.5%, Nifty IT by around 1.2%. So now let's have some key news that affected markets movement today and specific stock movements also. So on the macro front, the UK July CPI inflation finally hit the double digit, that is around 10.101% against estimates of 9.8%. And cooling off of UK inflation is still to be seen, where market participants and consensus estimates are expecting that maybe your UK inflation can touch around 12.5 to 13% in the latter half of the year as well, before tapering off. So considering that doesn't look at a good sign for UK at the moment. On the micro front, if we talk about Astra Microwave to have a JV with Astra Rafael Comsys to take up development of manufacturing of electro-optic systems. India ratings upgraded credit rating for IRB Infra from AA minus to A plus with an outlook as stable. Bharat Gear's Finance Committee of the Board of Directors is to be held on August 19, and to consider is the issue of bonus shares to the members of the company by way of capitalization of reserves. The stock closed higher by around 10%. The other major company-specific news was on the UPL front. UPL announced a new collaboration with Oro Agri, Ruvensa company for co-distribution and further development of orange oil, which is effective against a wide range of pests and diseases. Talking about the global macro data, if we talk about it, major global macro data at the end of the day in the evening for India is expected to come from US. So the core retail sales, retail sales which is expected at around 0.1%, and core retail are minus 0.1%. And the other main thing that is a key trackable is your US uh, FOMC meeting minutes, if we talk about it. So in the prior meeting, your US Fed raised interest rates by around 75 bits and didn't provide any kind of economic projection. So going forward, the path or the trajectory of the interest rate will be key. And according to the dot plot, the recent dot plot, if you look at it, then your interest rate is expected to end around 3.25 to 3.5% by the end of the year. And some FMC members are expecting that to be even on the lower bound, where some hawkish members are expecting that to go at around 3.5 to 3.75%. Technically, with two contraction quarters, US has gone into recession. But if we talk about the inflation front, if we talk about it, inflation in US have been easing in the last couple of months, and let's see if the easing continues, and till what point, or till what range US Fed has to increase interest rates going forward. Talking about the next meeting, if you talk for US Fed, if you talk about it, markets are, according to the CME Fed Watch tool, the markets are pricing a 50 bips rate hike at a probability of 59%. The same probability was around 35, 36% a couple of weeks back. So again, the probabilities of rate hike for the upcoming FMC meetings are increasing as well. So the chart of the day for us is Maruti. And so before we go about it, again, like to give a small disclaimer that it's not a buy or sell recommendation. We're just doing it for educational purpose. So if you talk about the result front was a miss on the estimates, because I mean the chip shortage problem was still persistent, was easing off but still persistent. EBITDA margin came in at 7.2%, which was lower than your street estimates of around 8.5%. But according to the management, performance is expected to improve from 2Q FY23, owing to benefits of yen depreciation, commodity cost softening. So as the commodity cost has been softening, it is expected to flow through to the EBITDA margins from 2Q FY23 onwards. The current order book status is very strong at 350,000 units, with more than 70,000 units from the new Brezza, or the new vehicle launch itself, which is the revamp of the old Brezza, and majorly for the high value, that is the top two variants. If we talk about it, I mean, the company is expecting the chip shortage to ease from 2Q FY23 onwards. I mean, during this phase of your major macro headwinds, along with your chip shortages, your rising in your commodity prices, and I mean, they're unable to penetrate the UV space. They have lost around 800 bits of your market share, and the market share has from above 50% that has gone below to 43%. But with new launches in the UV space, such as your Brezza and the new Grand Vitara Brezza coming up with 70,000 bookings, and your Grand Vitara with 20,000 bookings. So it's expected that your I mean, good results can be expected from the company in the coming quarters, but I mean, we should not be biased on expectations, and should work around I mean, should have the company should have a proper business model, should have the deliverable results going forward. So if we talk about it, let me show you the chart annotation. This last 2 quarters, the company has been showing consistent improvement in results, and even William O'Neill says that 3 quarters of consistent improvements and sales is important. So let's see if in 2Q FY23 the company is able to provide that improvement in results, which will lead to the improvement on the EPS front as well. Price strength is fair at the moment, which we don't like, and even the RS line is going downwards, and the stock is unable to provide a proper breakout. But what's really good is that during this cup formation, if looks at it, then you can see your RS line was continuously trading higher on good volume accumulation, which can be seen in good buyer demand, as well as the pack. If you look at the auto pack, it's been moving higher. So the overall rank is good as well. So let's see if in the coming time whether this RS line moves higher and the stock is able to provide a clean breakout on above average volumes or not. Now, overall, the stock had been a leader and has been a leader in its space of auto. So it's a very good trackable stock to uh, have on your buy watch list. So thank you, and that's it from my side. So do stay tuned to the both the morning and the evening shows, that is the pre-bell and your after hours with William O'Neill India, and do connect with us for the stock Darbar session on tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., where major people feel that we're not able to take queries in the after hours or the pre-bell session, mainly because of the time constraints. And tomorrow's session is there for you to ask us queries, and we'll be there to handle your queries.